Good afternoon, everybody. Warm welcome from my side. I'm Xavier Picard from the SAP Cloud ALM API product management team. And today I will give you a session about how to extend SAP Cloud ALM with external systems. So let's go to the agenda. So first I will give you an introduction on how to enhance ALM orchestration through seamless integration. So basically, I will go over the main concept of extension of SAP Cloud ALM, the architecture of these extensions, and the roadmap. And then the second part will be done by my colleague Mani from BCS. He will give you a concrete example of an extension of SAP Cloud ALM with a way to improve your operations with standard operating procedures. So let's start with an overview of how to extend SAP Cloud ALM. Just give me a sec, because I have pop-ups coming on the screen. Okay, so, oh, interesting. Why it's like this? Yeah, that's strange. Sorry for this technical issue. Yeah, you're right. Not the right one.
This was yours, right?
Yes. It's the same.
Then it's probably the presentation, because the headline's still here.
Yeah, but it was exactly the same slides. I can try with my my laptop, and we'll switch. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. So, sorry for this technical issue. Let's go directly here. So, it's working now. Yeah, I'm really sorry for that. So I will accelerate a bit. Sorry. So for those who were already in the previous session, so you recognize this slide. So today, LM toolchain must connect different teams from different locations, different platforms, solutions, and tools relying on open source or private technologies. That's why the SAP Cloud ALM strategy is to be an open platform. So since the beginning, as Xavier explained in the previous session, it's in the heart of our products that we open all our use cases to the external world using APIs. So all APIs are published on the SAP Business Accelerator Hub, where you can find the documentation and even try directly these APIs with the trial capability of the SAP Business Accelerator Hub. as you can see, there are 4 types of APIs. So there are APIs for implementations, like project management, features APIs, process management APIs. We have also APIs for operations with event situation, automation APIs, raw data APIs. We have service and support APIs with the ITSM API from my colleagues, which are here in the room, and also with the cases API. And we have also cross-market APIs with landscape APIs, coming very soon, the workflow APIs. Well, we'll talk about it a bit later, analytics API, and resource change API. Here you see all the family types of integrations we have with SAP Cloud ALM. And the accelerators we provide to innovate faster with SAP Cloud ALM. So, for instance, with task management tool, we provide accelerator to integrate with Azure DevOps or Jira external systems. And we have, of course, integration with all the SAP tools like SAP Build Process Automation, Signavio, LeanIX. So our strategy is not to cover all products available on the market, but to provide at least one accelerator per family type. And this can be used as a template or an example, and you can adjust it to your own product if it's not listed on this slide. And if you need support to create an accelerator, I'm sure our partner will help you, will be happy to help you, or we have also our colleagues from the SAP ALM COE, which can help you to support this the tool which are not listed on this slide. On these slides, I would like to give you just a brief explanation about 3 of the 6 types of APIs we provide with SAP Cloud ALM. So for this extension sessions, we use mainly 3 types of API, which are the transactional API. So the transactional API allows to manipulate resources of SAP Cloud ALM. So what is a resource? It's a task, a feature, a test in the future. So with a transactional API, you will be able to get data from this resource, to update this data, or to delete this data. The second type of API is a resource change API. It's a REST API, which is used to notify external systems that there is a change on one of the resources of SAP Cloud ALM. So meaning you create a task, using this API, you will notify external systems that a task has been created within SAP Cloud ALM. You delete, you close the defect, you can notify an external system, or you create an alert has been created automatically, we can notify an external system that this alert has been created. And the last API family type, it's a workflow API. So this API is coming soon. It will allow you to manage workflow in a different way. So I will go deeper in the next slides on this. So let's see the architecture overview of the integration between SAP Cloud ALM and an external system. So on the left, you have an external system, a partner software or service. And on the right, you have SAP Cloud ALM. So the first way of integration is the pool API, so or inbound API. So mainly they are the transactional APIs. So they are here to manipulate object in SAP Cloud ALM. So a resource like you create a task or you update a project using this API. The second type is a push or outbound API. So it's when you notify an external system or service that a resource has been created, updated, or deleted in SAP Cloud ALM. For instance, you have created a task or a requirement. So now I would like to introduce to you, if you don't know already it, the external API management application. So it's the outbound integration cockpit of SAP Cloud ALM. It allows you to watch and react on events from SAP Cloud ALM and to trigger action on an external system or service. It relies on 3 types of entities. The first is a webhook, which is basically a BTP or LMS destination to the external system. Then the second important entity is a mapping. So a mapping contains the transformation rule of the payload we send to the external system. It's basically it's a way you translate the payload from SAP Cloud ALM, which can be understood by the external system like Jira or ServiceNow. And the third entity, it's a subscription, which combines the 2 previous entities. And with a resource type. A resource type can be, as you can see here, status events, task, workflow. One important thing, these applications allow you to connect to external system, but only for simple transformation payload. So if we would like to have a complex integration scenario, we will not be able to use the mapping capability. You will have to use a middleware for that. So that means, let's take an example. You would like to create a ticket in ServiceNow based on an alert created in SAP Cloud ALM. But for that, you would like to first call a ServiceNow to get the list of components, and then to be able to create in ServiceNow the ticket. So that means it's you have to do 2 calls for that. In this case, you cannot rely on mapping because we cannot do that. You will need to use an integration tool like the integration suite or another middleware. Just some screenshots about the application. So here you can see the subscription, where you see the resource type, the webhook, and the mapping. And one important thing is that you can see the type of integration. Here it's built-in, so that means we rely on a mapping. If you choose external, that means you send it directly to an integration tool like the integration suite. Here you can see the list of predefined mappings that we delivered. So all of these mappings are already available on your SAP Cloud ALM instance. And you can use them to integrate with Jira, for instance, for the task management. And you can use them as a template. That means it's just a basic integration. You can enhance this mapping to deliver more properties and adjust it to your needs. And finally, a quick example of part of a content of a mapping. Here it's a switch about the priority of a ticket. So here you see it's for the Azure DevOps, from the Azure DevOps template. And here you see the priority in SAP Cloud ALM, it's based on numbers like 10, 20, 30, 40. But it's not this number which is used by Azure DevOps. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So with the mapping, we can map the different values. That's the goal of the mapping. So I have to accelerate a bit for your demonstration. Here it's an architecture view of how it works for the notifications of a resource change in SAP Cloud ALM. So here, let's take an example. We create a task. So it will trigger a change event that will be sent to the external API management tool. It will use the mapping file to contact, and the webhook to contact the external system using REST APIs. It will apply the mapping to transform the payload. And the ticket will be created. For instance, the task will be created in Azure DevOps. Then, if you would like to have an integration in the other way, you have to create your own or a custom logic in the external systems. And based on the transactional API, you will be able to update back the resource in SAP Cloud ALM. For instance, the task has been processed and it was in status new, and you change it to closed, and then you use the transactional API to close it on SAP Cloud ALM. Now let me introduce the workflow API quickly. So it's another type of resource change API. So that means we use when the workflow is enabled for requirements, for example, when the status of the workflow is changed from starting to be approved, it will trigger an event using the external API management and call an external workflow system, like Tricentis Vera or SAP Build Process Automation or any other tools. And then all the workflow is managed by the external system. So that means if you have one or two approvers on the external systems, they will be notified by the external systems, then they approve or reject. And they use the transactional API to update back the status in SAP Cloud ALM. And now I would like to introduce what we will release beginning of next year. It's the workflow callback API. So it's a new way to communicate back the approve or reject values of the workflow, by not manipulating directly the resource, like the requirements. We'll notify first the external API management application, and then we will take care about notifying the resource of SAP Cloud ALM. Why we do that? It's to harmonize all the calls for all the type of resources, and also to introduce new actions like the capability to reset a workflow. And now, last slide, then it's yours time. So just I would like to come back to the API roadmap. Here I highlighted the key things we delivered this year. It's the feature API, transactional API, the feature change events, and the workflow for features. And also, we have the operation flow events, which is used by our colleagues from BCS. Coming for the end of this year or beginning of next year, we'll have all the APIs, I hope, about test cases. So to manipulate the test cases, to be notified about test executions, to be notified about change of test cases. And we will have also document change events and workflow for documents. And test plans, sorry. And last thing is the workflow callback API. And that's all for me. Just quickly, I would like to introduce these sessions later at 4:30 from my colleague Valeria about workflow for features. And now I would like to hand it over to Mani for the standard operating procedure. And we have to change the laptop for the demo. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. And thanks, Xavier, for wonderful insight about event management and how we can extend the external party systems into Cloud ALM. And to continue with that, we are going to look at the demo of how Cloud ALM integrates with the Symphony, and to see intelligent event processing and automation strategies for cloud operations efficiency. Yeah, okay. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Manikandan Murugesan. You can call me Mani from BCS, working from the day one. And I would like to show the demo of the intelligent event processing in Symphony with Cloud ALM. I would like to also talk about a few words about BCS. BCS, Basis Cloud Solutions, and started in 2018 with a strong purpose to give opportunities or enable the job opportunities for the underprivileged people from India. And up to 2019, we were around 10 people. Now we are 400 plus people working in BCS. And I'm proudly say that around out of 400 plus people, 200 plus people are from the underprivileged background. Yeah. And we work for 24/7 global support and across all the region. And Symphony is our flagship product, and it automates all the workflow, and it's basically automates and orchestrates. It's even for all cloud platforms and also for the on-premise systems, and with all the 400 plus pre-built functionalities which is already available in the Symphony. And one of the main feature is zero-touch operations. And through Symphony, you can also perform or integrate with all the ITSM tools and also the Cloud ALM, and you can perform the zero-touch operations from Symphony. And we have also launched Isai. Isai is like we can call in Tamil music. And we launched, it's our agentic AI operation tool, which is also included in Symphony. Symphony orchestration platform, and as I mentioned, it's a full stack automation and orchestration product, and with the 400 plus pre-built functionals available, works across all the layers of the infrastructure, including application, database, and also the operating system layer, and works for all cloud and also for SAP Cloud, for that matters. And for the out-of-the-box solutions, and it enables the zero-touch operations, like when I also mentioned in the initial slide for the zero-touch operations, which means it's also enable auto-healing functionalities by enabling all the ITSM tools within the Symphony. Like when the issue comes in and it gives an alert, an alert comes to the Symphony and it triggers the event, and from there, it is also processing all the requests to to resolve the issues as well. In Symphony, we have, these are the main features available. Replay, it's a test automation platform, and you can also orchestrate your business process within that. And the business operations, also it is possible, like whatever the functional team which they do in a day-to-day manner, and kind of, for example, the financial year-end closer, these things were, can automate it easily there. And we can also have a background job management enabled in Symphony, and it manages all the SAP and non-SAP jobs, and you can manage all related jobs there. And it also have a license manager platform within it, like license manager. It's a tedious process we all know from the SAP world, not only for the SAP world and for all other non-SAP applications as well. And Symphony enables the license automation, and it also measures and it gives a real-time view of license consumption. And with that, you can also save money. Yeah, these are the customer base we have. Like Heineken, for example, Heineken, we have automated their system refresh process, and they are executing a system refreshes one stage for 36 systems together within a couple of days period. From the SAP world, system refreshes how tedious process it is, but Heineken is doing with the ease. And for example, I can take in Kellanova. Kellanova is also doing their test automation and also business process orchestration automation they are doing with Symphony. Jumbo, like I said, license management, they are the one using it efficiently. And one other thing, like PayPal, they are doing a system refresh like with the size of 80 TB in 12 hours of time. That's one other achievement from Symphony. Yeah. So we all remember that Newton's third law, like for every action, there is an equivalent opposite reaction of for motion. Like we can also apply the similar scenario here, like from insight to the intelligent response. For every actions, like it triggers from the SAP system, like it goes into Cloud ALM for monitoring and alerting and then tracking, and then it triggers event based processing, and it also enables the auto healing functionality within the Symphony. Where this is the same scenario which I would like to show as a demo. Maybe we have only 4 minutes. I'll see if I could show as a demo. Okay, and like I mentioned, it's not only one scenario which we can do. These are the sample scenarios which you can take it, like SSL certification renewal. Generally, in the SAP world or any other infrastructure, it takes 2 to 3 days at least to get a license expired. I mean, the SSL certificate expired to get it renewed. But to enabling Cloud ALM and also Symphony, and we can do in a couple of minutes of SSL certificate renewal. Per se, like also the reprocessing of the IDOC is one of the scenario where we struggle, but with the enablement Symphony in the Cloud ALM, it also you can achieve within the fraction of time, like with the zero-touch operations. Let's see it in action. Like I'll show. Yeah. Okay. So what I would like to do is, like before the session, I have triggered the IDOC failure scenario in the system, and when the system triggers the IDOC failure, it sends an alert to the Cloud ALM, and Cloud ALM receives the message, and it also gets the alert in the system. And this is what you see. Like we have one open alert is available in the in alert. And I can show, I'll just open. With the API integration along with the Symphony, what we have achieved is like zero-touch operation, event triggers to Symphony, and Symphony automates the process. It tries to auto-heal and resolve the IDOC failure. Yeah, here is the configuration, like which you can see. From the IDOC failure, and it triggers the event, an event created in the Symphony, and Symphony has the job triggered. Yeah, and it waits for me, my signal to start. And generally, I would like to show zero-touch operations, but the event trigger and the resolution of the IDOC reprocessing, it takes a little bit of time. So that's the reason we have just put a delay here. In the delay place, like if we remove the delay, now it means like whenever the IDOC is getting failed, and it sends an alert to the Cloud ALM, and then Cloud ALM sends a event trigger to the Symphony, and Symphony automatically reprocess it. I'm going to just trigger. Okay. Now the IDOC reprocessing is getting triggered. What Symphony connects to the SAP system, which was having an issue with the IDOC, and it tries to reprocess the IDOC which was failed, and sends back the message to the Cloud ALM that your IDOC was reprocessed. And once the Cloud ALM receives the alert message from the Symphony that the IDOC was resolved, and it's also update the alert saying like as a result, and also sends back the email notification for the user that your IDOC was successfully processed. And this is one such an example of auto healing. And this is not only NCR, like as I mentioned, we can also configure the similar automated template for your SSL certificate renewal. when the SSL certificate is expired in your SAP system, it sends an alert to the Cloud ALM, and Cloud ALM picks it and it triggers the event to Symphony, and Symphony picks from there. It generates a CSR, and it renews the certificate, get the signed certificate ready, and also sends a request to SAP system and update the certificates and sends back the message to the Cloud ALM saying like your certificate was renewed, and the alert was getting removed automatically from the Cloud ALM. Okay. Now I see all the reprocessing of IDOC failure is done. And if I see the notification, it also sends an email notification to the processor, in which this case is me. I have also received saying this is IDOC number and it is reprocessed successfully in your SAP system. That's the key auto healing feature. We would like to show it here. I think yeah, we are done with the demo. And I'll go back to the slide again. Yeah, maybe Xavier, you can conclude. Yeah, the key learnings and takeaways, and how it is improves or how helps us to, like what we are achieving here is save a lot of time, and also the manual effort. When we say manual effort, it also reduces the man errors. Like when we do manually these things, like automatically we end up with the errors as like we do generally, but it enables us zero error and save time, a lot of effort, and yeah, that's all I would just like to say.
Thank you very much, Mani. So we are at the end of the sessions, and we'll stay outside if you have questions. We are here for you.
Yeah, we are also in the booth. If you have any wanted to see a live demo of any other use cases, we are there. You can come to the booth and we can have a detailed session as well there.
Thank you very